Welcome back to Hidden Power. This is a Pokemon podcast, and today we're going to do something a little bit different because we have found a collection of 7, possibly 8 new alleged rumors, right? These are rumors for Pokemon Legends ZA. I don't know how serious we want to be today. This will be an exercise in imagination, in speculation, right? There's a lot of really cool ideas in these posts. These rumors contain new information for Pokemon Legends ZA and the Pokemon that are going to be in these games. These are Pokemon evolutions, new Pokemon forms, Mega Pokemon, Ride Pokemon, new legendary Pokemon, right? Also in this is a bunch of plot and story details. We won't be playing these games until 2025, but let's see today if we can glean any new information or possibly just some good ideas for what's going to be in these games. My name is DustyGogoat. Today I'm with the LumiosePost.
Hello!
And SoulSilverArt.
What's up?
This is a Pokemon podcast. I don't know. What's up, guys? we got a lot.
That was great. I liked that. This is a Pokemon podcast. Do 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 do, and then we have the intro.
Yes. We've got I'm actually quite overwhelmed because I like to dive into every line of one of these posts typically. But I don't know. I feel like there's an appetite for this kind of information. I think the community is hungry for new Pokemon information. We've got nothing.
Which is not what this is.
It's not what this is. These come from the internet. These are essentially fan speculation worded as if it's a leak. And we're going to take a look at it because there are some really cool ideas here, right? This is basically the text version of a Fakemon video.
No, yeah, I think that is the beauty of these 4chan quote unquote leaks, right? Is that to me it's like a what if, right? Like it's cool to, dude, the Pokemon company is not throwing us a bone on these games.
No.
So it's cool to go on here and just kind of imagine, hey, what if Snivy, Torchic, and Totodile are the starters? What if this thing gets a Mega, and then just the thought of whoa, that would be so cool. I love doing that stuff. So that's why I don't want to speak for YouTube, but that's why I read these. So I hope no one in the audience thinks that we're saying this is 100% legit. This is confirmed. This is gonna happen. No, we're reading fanfic.
Yeah, dude, and we got a lot of fanfic to dive into. I cannot believe, literally. So let's just get into it. All right, let's get into it.
In the 0.001% chance that it is a leak.
You heard it here first.
We get to say you heard it here first.
All right. This first leak came out on Sunday, July 21st. All right. The starters are Snivy, Torchic, and Totodile. 3 starters that were not available as an option on the Nintendo Switch. Many have the wrong assumption that Piplup is the water starter of the games. The starters will have regional forms and mega evolutions. Superior will be grass and dragon type. This will be the royal theme. Blaziken will be fire and fairy. I like this one. Fairy Tail. And Feraligatr will be water and steel, which is a night monster. Again, very cool. I'm in love with this. What do you guys think?
I mean, look, Game Freak has never given us a dragon starter. They have given us dragon megas for starters, Charizard and Sceptile, but they've never given us a dragon starter. I'm going to be honest. I know that we have Venusaur, but I think it would be cool if Superior, if it got a regional form or a Mega or something, it got the poison typing, just because a lot of snakes are venomous.
Yeah.
I know that's basic.
It's also a bad type.
So basic.
It's not a bad typing.
Grass,
it's not that bad.
It's not good.
It removes the poison and the bug weakness from grass.
It's just boring. Nice. I think boring is a better word because
it removes the ground type.
Every poison. What is it? Every grass type Pokemon in Gen 1 is also poison, I feel like, except for Tangela.
That is true, but they haven't done that in a while.
That's true.
So
Gen 1 was a long time ago.
Yeah.
It's just grass
was
poison.
A very long time ago.
All right, so what do we think about this? I think this lineup of starters is pretty great. Superior, Blaziken, Feraligatr, they all kind of have their own there's another thing going here where Dragon's weak to Fairy, Fairy's weak to Steel, Night, Fairy. Oh, I don't know. I'd love it.
So the Steel type. I mean, and this is fine because this has happened before. But the Steel type actually kind of has the advantage here on both of them, right? Because it resists the Fairy and it also resists the Dragon.
Good point.
But that was the case with Empoleon. Empoleon made it where it it like was resistant to grass now.
Yeah.
So Torterra had to get the ground typing to kind of beat the steel.
Yeah. I think I'm just happy to see.
I don't know if they would do something like that just because of, it's like steel is more effective against all of them. So
yeah.
I also instantly take pause with Blaziken. Like
Why?
whenever there's Blaziken or any Pokemon.
What, because it has a Mega?
Kanto. Yeah, other than the Kanto starters, I'm like,
I don't think it matters. I think it basically makes it where like, I don't know. Like in my mind, I don't know. Like I guess it's like if you play through the game and you get a regional Blaziken, no big deal because they could just give you access to regular Blaziken and its Mega Evolution in like post game or something, right? Which now it makes it like I feel like because it's a regional, it's just think of it as a different Pokemon.
What would they call the Mega Stone for it? Can I just give it a Blazikenite and it Mega Evolve, or do I have to give it a Caloblazonite? Caloblazonite.
Yeah, that is interesting. Well, they might do a thing where it's like Mega Blaziken or Blazikenite Z, if that's the case.
Blazikenite Z. Yeah,
honestly, at the end of the day,
it's not a Z Mega though.
No, I know. I'm just saying like they could give it a different name.
Blaziken X.
Yeah, they could give it like a different name. A big theory that we have so much to cover today.
Or not.
In some other videos, Soul and I theorized that like, we have the X megas, the Y megas, and those tend to have like defined characteristics of what that kind of means and like how that manifests in the design. So maybe there could be Z and A megas in this game with also unique designs. Maybe they're attached to the legendaries. Maybe they're just whatever it might be. But I'm super happy with Superior Blaziken and Feraligatr. I think this is
Who would y'all pick?
I don't know.
Feraligatr.
This is like a prime. I probably would pick Blaziken.
Feraligatr is always getting picked, no matter what. If Feraligatr's there, that's what's happening. Unless it's
I'll be honest.
terrible.
I think I'd double up in this scenario. I think I'd use.
I might triple up.
That's the problem with this lineup is they're all too good to be real. Like there's no way that. All
I mean, I get what you're saying.
So Snivy is right. Snivy's the serious one. Torchic's kind of neutral, and Totodile is like the funny one. I think it totally lines up with the pattern that they typically do for starters.
But see, like, I don't know. I feel like Torchic's
deny
immediately at a disadvantage because, like, okay, so you have to think, unless they reveal, like, let's for a moment pretend this leak is 100%. It is a leak. It's real. Let's pretend that for a moment. So
it's so real, guys.
We get the starters revealed. It's Snivy, Torchic, and Totodile.
Great.
Unless they reveal later on that they are getting regional forms, I feel like this would put Torchic at a disadvantage because I think everybody will assume that they'll get Megas in a Mega-focused game. And so people go, well, I've already played with Mega Blaziken, so I'm not going to pick Torchic. That's not a new Mega. I'm going to pick Snivy or Totodile.
I can see that.
Megas. So they would have to reveal, but it's a regional form.
Yeah.
Beforehand to make people interested
I can see
in
that.
Does that make sense?
I could see that. I know what you're saying. I don't think it would matter as much, but that tracks. I don't know. I'm super happy with the selection of Pokemon. I think they're so great, and the types are powerful. So
too good to be true.
Too good to be true. All right, let's move on. We'll see how much we cover, but there's a lot here. All right, now we've got ride Pokemon, and this is pretty interesting because I don't think I've heard too many people talk about the ride Pokemon. I do think, even though we're in a city, it does make sense. Like a huge factor, a huge characteristic of Legends Arceus was the ride Pokemon. So
doesn't mean that it needs to be that again, though. I feel like
it doesn't need to be.
Cut ride Pokemon totally from this game.
But how else would you get I think ride Pokemon are really special. I think.
Especially to Kalos. Like, Kalos was the generation that introduced that concept.
I don't think that they will cut it, but I'm just thinking, like, it doesn't have to be the same, and it doesn't even need to be there if they don't want it to be. It's not like a staple of Legends to me.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, because it's in the Alolan games, it's in the Kalos games.
But it is a staple. In a way, though, I think it is kind of a staple of Legends games in the sense that, like, a staple of Legends games is that like Breath of the Wild feel, right? And so you need that kind of stuff that allows for that level of action / exploration, right? You need to be able to glide or fly. You need to be able to kind of, go over the waterways and stuff,
I mean, they put it in Scarlet and Violet too, in a way. So I don't know. It is like almost a thing of Pokemon now, which I hope it stays.
All right,
so we got. Go back.
No. I get what you're saying. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Soul.
No, it's all good.
Yeah. So the ride Pokemon are fast travel on land, which is I guess running. So they say it's going to be a regional Mudbray with a new evolution with the fighting type.
I'd be so down. I'd be so down.
I'm going to get through these and then we can react. Yeah, me too.
I'm obviously down.
There's an item searcher, which would be Mightyana's evolution, which is hilarious because we were all speculating a Mightyana evolution, I think, for Scarlet and Violet. That would be pure dark type and semi-bipedal. Swimming.
What? Can we name an example of a semi-bipedal Pokemon? What is that?
Swampert.
Swampert.
So like maybe they stand up and go.
I think Typhlosion counts.
I think that's the only way.
For alligator,
that's the only thing that they're talking about.
I was like in my head, I was imagining like hunched over.
Yeah, Druddigon kind of. That's mostly bipedal. But okay, swimming. The swimming function is gonna be a Love Disc evolution, water and fairy type, and it'll have a male and a female form. Again, kind of. Oh, hold on, I'll bench it. There's a climbing Pokemon. And this will be Gogoat and an evolution of Gogoat that's grass and ice type. Great typing if real. The flying ride will be a Noivern and evolution, and it'll be flying and dragon type with a 600 BST. All right,
there's a lot to pick apart here, man. First off, just a question for you, Dusty. If Gogoat gets an evolution, do you change your name to Dusty whatever the Gogoat is? Evolution is?
No, I think at this rate, if this is real, I'm Dusty Love Disc.
Dusty Love Disc.
Oh no.
You heard it here first, folks. If this is real, he has to change his name to Dusty Love Disc.
I probably would get I would just honestly, I could make my logo a version I could make it reflect this regional form. I think I've low-key been anticipating that since I started
regional
YouTube.
Form. It's an evolution, so this would be a change in design. Right. You know what I mean? This is not Vulpix to Alolan Vulpix.
No,
this is Electabuzz
then I don't do
to
it.
Electivire.
I don't do it then. No.
Dusty Love.
Because here's the thing.
Dusty Love.
Yeah. Okay. So I do think with how this perfectly reflects in so many ways, not just the core functions, but even like how the surf Pokemon gets an evolution with a male and female form, just like that imitates Basculegion exactly, right? I think to Soul's point, obviously that's a good reason for this to be fake because it's just a fan copying what came before it. But I also don't think we need all of these same exact functions. I think we very well might get specific ride Pokemon that make sense for for Lumio City in the Kalos region, right? Like perfect. Like honestly, I don't think a goat, even though a Gogoat is a ride Pokemon that is a mountain goat and it helps people climb up mountains, we're in a city. There's no mountains to be climbed, right? It should be something more like Sneasler. It should be something that can, like Spider-Man, that can scale a building, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So that's my first impression.
This a little bit more. So Mudbray with a fighting type, that sounds so cool. I'm so down for that. The Mightyana evolution, normally, I'd be like, pure dark. Ah, man, they didn't give it. Don't even care. That sounds sick.
Yeah.
The Love Disc evolution. Love Disc does need something, right?
Yeah, that'd be
Go-Go getting a Grass Ice evolution is kind of good. It is not a good typing, but it is good. In terms of that could look really cool. The biggest thing to me that stands out is them saying Noivern evolution with 600 base stat total. You can't find base stat total in the game. It's a calculation or it's encoding, right? But there's nowhere I cannot pull up my Switch right now and summary my Noivern and see its base stat total. I can see its stats, and I can do the math to figure out, based on like its EVs, its nature, all this stuff, to figure out what its base stat total is. Or I can data mine the game and get its base stat total. But it's not...
May I speak?
Go, yes.
What if there's a character in the game that mentions that this is like... What do they call it? What did the Pokemon Company just call the pseudo legendaries?
Pokemon?
Yeah. What if there's a character that's like, you should evolve your Noivern? It really becomes a powerhouse. Think about it.
We know. So like we know.
Yeah, because then we would know it's 600 BST.
Oh no, I don't.
Because I
do not see it.
Listen, I'm with you because again, this feels like someone is just copying what has already been established in a new dragon evolution. That turns this dragon line into a pseudo legendary is just like Arc Aladon. That just happened.
It's
right?
It's also too. This got too specific, right? And so it's so specific. It makes me go, okay.
You're making it up.
This is not someone who has like. This isn't someone who's translating the game. This isn't someone who saw a trailer early. This is someone who, assuming this is real for a moment, of course it's not, but assuming it is, this is someone who has worked on the game.
Yeah.
And if it is someone, like, what are the odds that, like, it is the initial people building the game? You know, normally, what I'm saying is normally these leaks come from, like, when the game's getting localized.
Yeah.
And it's, like, kind of coming by an employee that doesn't lose everything if they get caught, you know what I mean? But like this right here, this seems, it got so specific, it feels to me like this is like Masuda leaking it, and Masuda would lose everything if he got caught leaking it, you know?
Yeah,
that is a big point, by the way, about what we're doing, because like basically this would have to come from a developer instead of somebody being a localization.
I mean, it could.
That's a word.
Like, and this is why I'm more inclined to believe one that says, I think we actually have one of these, by the way. A post that like says, oh, there's a presents trailer, here's what's in it. Yeah. I'm more inclined to believe those right now because while the game may not be being localized yet, that would be. If there's a presents August 7th, we're recording this on the 23rd. So if there's a presents August 7th, that's getting localized, you know?
So if you're making fake leaks, you know, make sure that you mention that the Pokemon presents in August that might not have Pokemon Legends EA news.
Yeah, to make like, if it, not even to make a fake leak, but like the leaks I believe can't be too vague and can't be too specific, right? They got to be right in the middle. They got to make some bold claims that seem a little weird. Like these do seem specific, but they are the 600 BST.
Back to this though, I do want to say that I love these choices. Like, I would love all of these except for Noivern. Noivern's the only one that I'm like,
why?
It should get a mega. Noivern is already awesome.
That's true.
It doesn't need an evolution.
An evolution is a design change. It needs design enhancements like a mega. It needs a Super Saiyan form, right? It doesn't need. I don't need this to change anymore. This is genuinely honest to God. Click that picture so it enlarges. Click that picture so it enlarges. This is honest to God a perfect Pokemon design in my opinion.
Yeah. So again,
I am
counterpoint
so there
because I'm kind of
the face a little bit. That's it.
Yeah, I don't actually like Noivern as much as some other people.
No, you're tripping.
And I'm gonna tell you why. I like it, but here's the thing: when it's like this, when it's on all fours, when it's actually not a wyvern, but like when it kind of looks like a dragon, right? Like this is cool to me. When it flies, I think it looks really silly. And so what I could see is the evolution. Hear me out. The evolution, instead of being a progression of Noivern, where it's just like it's what you're saying. You're like, what could it even what could it even do? Right?
Ground it.
Ursa Ring evolves into Ursaluna, which is a pivot, and what is it? Bisharp evolves into whatever King Gambit,
the worst,
which is also kind of a pivot, right? I think,
by the way,
I think what we could see is a Noivern evolution that, and here's the thing: the rumor would be wrong. It just loses the flying type.
The rumor is wrong.
Nah, see, to me, I don't think that'll happen because, fun fact, Noivern was the first Pokemon to be primary flying. You know, other than Tornadus and like Arceus or whatever. Arceus is flying type form. So I feel like flying is more of a focus than the dragon type in this line design. So if they drop something, I would say it's more likely to be the dragon type, and I do not want that.
No. So okay, so this is what So I'm reinterpreting my idea. Noivern goes on all fours. It becomes too bulky, like a King Gambit, and just like him, King Gambit is like stuck always sitting. This thing's on the ground. Its flying type is still there because the flying type represents the echolocation and the sound elements. So basically, it gets whatever is on its body.
The normal type, though, it gets boom burst.
No,
like,
about that
one. Debuted with it.
Flying has nothing to do with echolocation.
I think it does. I think flying is partially that.
Nah.
I think
name one flying move that has to do with sound.
I'll get back to you. They exist. They do exist.
They don't.
I don't think so.
I literally
anyway, all that to say,
but I think that'd be cool if it was on all fours.
All that to say, the rest of them are incredible, especially Mudbray, because I don't like Mudsdale, so it'd be like a new one, and that would be great. The new evolutions and like Love Disc, like yes, we need something, and Mightyena needs something. It would be fantastic.
Yeah, Mightyena is a little cringe to me because I'm like, oh, it's gonna be the counterpart to Obstagoon, right?
It doesn't have to be.
Just for the record, there is only one flying type sound-based move, and it is banned.
What is it? Because it's so good.
Chatter.
Oh, it's Chattots. That's why.
No, it's not because it's so good. It's because it's how people were cursing at children in Gen 4.
All right. Great segue. We got new forms and evolutions, allegedly. Just let's make this super clear. Allegedly. New forms and evolutions. Xerneas gets an ultimate form, which is...
These are given.
Which is fairy type, and Yveltal is ultimate form, which is dark and flying. Same types. Zygarde does not have a new form. Basically, Xerneas and Yveltal get an ultimate form alongside the ultimate Zygarde. There's a regional Dragapult. This is cool, which is dragon and water type. Kind of cool. I think that's actually pretty sweet. It loses the ghost typing. Mega Chestnut.
Again, though, copying something before it, right? Like that's the whole Goodra.
I don't think that invalidates. Sure, yeah, because it's a pseudo.
Goodra was the past. Here's the past Goodra. Well, this would obviously be the Dragapult before it died.
Yeah, but this is so cool. This is what we want.
It's cool, but again, I'm just reiterating your point that they're just kind of copying what came before it.
Yeah. Props to Anonymous for writing this. All right.
It wasn't actually.
No, you did bad.
It's Leaky, I think.
Leaky.
Yeah, Leaky.
Leaky.
Okay.
Why are leakers' names always so bad? All right.
Because they're not leakers.
So we got Mega Chestnut. This is the Megas now. Mega Chestnut is grass and steel type, finally, with iron barbs. Mega Delphox is fire psychic with Mega Bounce. Magic Bounce. And Mega Greninja is water dark type with adaptability, so the type doesn't matter. It's different from Ash's Greninja. Very cool.
That's not what adaptability is.
Oh, I'm thinking of Protean. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's another boost.
Adaptability does make sense as the name for that.
Oh, yeah, it does.
So I can see where you would get confused.
Yeah. I'm reading this off.
I just wanted to correct you before the
No,
comments
you're absolutely right. No, you're right. No, obviously, yeah. Adaptability gives it, like a 2 times?
It's another stab boost.
Yeah, okay. Babarrel evolution is normal in water. Dude, why are they giving all of these?
Yes!
I hate that creature, and I don't want it to get
I think I'm just sick.
You would like it if it got something. If anything,
no, not an
I'm just sick of the route 1 rodents just being
like
useless, and then getting like buffs, but they're just like big. I don't know. They're just bigger Pokemon.
What'd be funny is if they acknowledged the like B-Barrel, being like the best HM slave, right? Like if they acknowledge that by making B-Barrel, B-Barrel's the ride Pokemon, B-Barel's the item searcher, B-Barel's the climbing,
they did that in
B-Barel's the flying.
Yeah, it gets
literally
wings.
not play that game.
Like it has like webbed. It's got like webbing, like a flying squirrel between.
It's like a flying squirrel. You go to the top of the building, just glide down on your B-Barrel.
Good lord!
I hope this is real.
I don't like that Pokemon at all, and I don't think an evolution would be better. I'm not a fan of like the style of that animal. Period.
It's just like a fat beaver.
A propeller.
Yeah, there's no way that I can picture liking it, but maybe my imagination is too limited. I don't know.
I think it is. You've been corrupted by reality. Take the blue pill. All right.
Haven't we all?
No new evolutions, no Mega Charizard Z, no Mega Mewtwo Z. I do like the boldness of this. This is like
no, I mean this is actually likely, I think. All of this
yeah,
is
I know,
likely.
but that's what I'm saying. Like I like that they're like, listen, like I'm giving you these cool ideas. They're not the fan service ideas. So that's great. And then shout out to our
Is that fan service though? Because that's kind of the thing that everyone complains about, except for the evolution.
Yeah.
Which I don't think an evolution would show.
No, I know,
up
but
in
it's
a
fan
Legends
service
game.
because it's an obvious idea, you know. Like that's what everyone.
Yeah.
That's what everyone jumped to. That's what we jumped to. That's been in all of our thumbnails.
Sure.
But
I
shout out to
unironically want Mega Charizard Z.
shout out to our supporter Kevin Kenway who says Obama Snow Goat. So, and then
Dusty Obama Snow Goat.
yeah, exactly.
Oh,
that's
Snow
what it'll
Goat
be.
actually is like really
Snow
good.
Goat-
Like just
Snow Goat's
SNO
Snow
Goat.
Goat's good. I
Snow
like
Goat.
that.
Snow Goat evolves into Snow Goat.
All right, so this is this rumor. Let's see. We're making pretty good time. We get another rumor
Change it
here.
to Snowy Go-Goat.
This has more Pokemon and evolutions and megas. It's a little bit tough to see here, but I'll read it to you. All right, okay. This is information for the next trailer. The game revolves around Lumio City, now the first city fully powered by electricity in the world, thanks to the Prism Foundation and its tower. You play as an amnesiac character. I don't know what that means. Who woke
That
up?
means you have
I
amnesia.
can't remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might be
Dusty
that character.
forgot what that meant.
Yeah,
He
amnesia
had
character
amnesia.
who woke up one day in the outskirts of the city by a floating green small Pokemon. This will probably be the Zygarde core. Oh, it says it right there. The small form of Zygarde. Okay, great. The professor gives you one of the three Pokemon, Turtwig, Scorbunny, or Mudkip. That's cool. Something is going wrong in the city, and Pokemon in certain areas are starting to act erratic after the blackouts. The trailer features Mega Pangoro, Mega Heliolisk. There's a new evolution or form of Eldegoss. That's kind of cool because I don't really like Eldegoss. Let's make it better. New evolution or form for Alomomola. Okay.
Same kind of
Wait.
vibes as Love Disc.
I know. I was going to say pause. Maybe this actually, maybe there's a little corroboration going here where people assume it's a Love Disc evolution. But
They
it's
read
really,
the first one. They read the one that we did
Maybe,
already.
yeah.
And then they were like, let me make my own.
Yeah. The professor looks like the Lumiose gym leader, but older. Actually, maybe I'm getting ahead. So what do we think about these starters and these megas?
I don't believe the starters because I think that's and I love Turtwig and I love Mudkip,
They're
but
too
I think
similar.
that's kind of a boring lineup.
Yeah, I think, and again, so for listeners, I'm pretty sure it was Masuda came out and said, we always create starter trios with a serious one, a cool one, and then like a funny one or like a jolly one.
I do not know this quote, and it definitely wasn't Masuda, I don't think. I
I
mean,
think it was.
I don't know about this. Unless you have...
I do know the quote that he's talking about. I'll
It's
try to
from
look it
Black
up,
and
but y'all
White.
keep talking about it.
It's when they were talking about the Unova starters. But basically, Turtwig and Mudkip, I think, at least in their official art, are both kind of the serious ones. That might not be true. Mudkip actually. Mudkip
see
might
what
be
you're
the jolly
talking
one.
about. Turtwig and Mudkip don't relate to me at all. It's
No?
weird. No. I don't know.
What's Mudkip's art? Yeah, Mudkip. It just looks so like.
Here you go. I've got it.
Oh, here we go.
We always divide the roles for. This is by Ken Sugimori. We always divide the
Sugimori.
roles for the 3 starter Pokemon, by which I mean we assign each of them a distinct personality. For example, we'll make a cool one, a serious one, and a funny one. When we agreed on the concepts for Tepig and Snivy, we decided Tepig would be the funny one and Snivy would be the cool one. So we knew Oshawott would have to be the serious one, which is how he ended up with the facial expression you see in his final design.
Yeah, it's like just.
Basically,
it's
I'm not a fan of
bland.
the funny ones. The funny
I would
ones
say, though,
can go
has that-
take a...
Yeah.
What?
Has that held up? Like,
Oh,
because Legends Arceus, though, I
What do
don't
you
see
mean?
serious, cool, and funny.
It doesn't. It has not held up because
It held up. It holds up.
no, they've
I'm gonna show
gotten
you.
even more funny.
No.
or like Legends Arceus is a really good one. Well, maybe not.
That's what I'm saying. Like, where they're taking the old ones. Because look at this. Like,
Yeah. Maybe.
serious, and serious.
I don't
And
know.
is he only talking about the first stage too? Because
Yeah,
the-
usually
He is
the
only
first
talking
stage.
about the first stage.
Yeah.
yeah, because Embor is not really funny. I mean, maybe a little
Yeah,
bit.
no,
but-
he's only talking
No,
about the first
it's the
stage
first
because the
stage.
idea
Tepeg's
is like,
funny.
since that's the one you're picking,
Like
they're
Goofy.
supposed to appeal to a different personality sense. You know, you're not
Oh,
picking.
then
Most people aren't like you, Soul. Most people are not picking Imbor, Superior, SoulSilverArt. They're picking Tepeg,
that's so
Oshawott,
weird
and
to
Snivy.
me.
Well,
Who
you have to think
picks
like
based
the
on the
general
first
audience,
stage.
like the audience they're
It's a
marketing
first
to
impression.
is not you, the diehard fan. They're marketing to general gaming fans, and general gaming fans aren't going to do all their research beforehand. They're
No,
going
they
to buy
just
a
see
Pokemon
one.
game, probably not even knowing what the starters are, and then like, oh, well, these are cool. That one looks funny. Haha, click. You know.
Like,
Bro,
tell me
final
right here.
evolutions-
Tell me which one is
Final
which.
evolutions are all that matter.
Look at
Final evolutions.
Fuecoco is the silly one. Quaxley, I almost said Duxley. Quaxley is the
Close.
serious one. And then Sprigatito's the cool one, I think.
Ow.
Right?
You said I think this is not canon.
It's
What do you-
cute.
how is
It's
it
like-
not canon?
It's like cute,
Look.
cute. It's all cute.
Yeah, but
now.
they're of course they're all cute, but they have
He
a
said
different
this
personality.
He said this back in Gen 5. Here's something that'll make you feel old. Gen 5 was developed 15 years ago.
No.
Listen, I still think this holds up. It might be interpreted a little bit.
Don't
I
tell
think
me.
even the
No.
quote is like the term, like he says silly, but or funny. What did he say? Funny?
But yeah, like what is
Well,
it?
for the record, he
Translated?
said, for example, we'll make a series. So I think he was saying
So it
with,
can
with
vary?
the
Sure.
Unova
Yeah. For
ones,
example,
it
so
was serious, funny, cool.
they all
but,
just
like,
need
with
to be a
these
little bit
ones,
different.
It
Yeah.
might be something else.
I think
Like
it. I
funny,
think it
angry,
tracks.
Cool, you know,
I think
something
it tracks. Quaxley has a dead expression on his face, right? He's
Yeah,
kind of like
Quaxley's
neutral.
the cool one. He's the cool
Quaxley-
one. He's
Okay,
flipping
that
his
could be
hair
it.
and everything.
But yeah, that could be it. That could be cool. That's a good point.
Can I just say that
I don't think he's
these
cool, but
guys, they're really great first stages, and then the final stages are like
all right, let's
the
move
worst
on. No,
starters
Saul, I don't
ever.
want to get into it.
they're the worst.
They're
starters
really
ever.
not, dude. They're really
the more
not.
that
They're not
time
the
goes
worst.
by,
They're really
I'm
not.
like,
You didn't see Galar, apparently.
So
no,
you never.
Galler's good. People
No,
are
Galar's
tripping.
really bad. All right,
They're not the best.
Mega Pangoro, Mega Heliolisk. That's fine.
Yeah,
New-
like
I
that's
like the-
believable.
I love the idea of a new evolution for a Gen 8 Pokemon, and there is precedence for that since Gen 9, so I'm thrilled.
Mhm.
Like, if Eldegoss gets an evolution,
We're
Good
down
work.
with these. We're down with these.
Dude, if Eldegoss gets an evolution, then apparently Gen 8 is Game Freak's favorite gen right now.
yeah.
Because they're over here, let's give Poltegeist a Convergent. Let's give
Yeah.
Applin a new evolution. Let's give Duraludon evolution. Let's give
love it.
Eldegoss an evolution.
It's kind of
It
my
is
favorite
cool.
generation.
I feel like
War Bunny would be one of the starters.
I wonder if like the whole conversation of like Dexit in their like in Game Freak's office when they were like designing the Gen 8 Pokemon, they're like, all right, if nothing, like if potentially nothing came before it, like let's just go to work and like reimagine the Pokemon world. It's like a new soft reboot. So they probably have all of these really cool ideas for all these different Pokemon, right? And remember when we did the tier list, and I'm like Eldegoss and all these other Pokemon just feel like copies of what came before it. Like to me, I'm like, we saw this with Whimsicott. It's a puffy. It's literally, it's a weed, right?
You're a weed.
It's a dandelion. Like we have this with Hoppip. We have this with Whimsicott.
Yeah.
So they probably have an idea of like what this would actually evolve into, and we never saw it. So I'd be thrilled to get an evolution. For
I
this.
think that this one is a perfect one to get an evolution. Like sometimes in every generation, not just Gen 8, they leave Pokemon that are like, okay, this could evolve further
Yeah.
still. And this is a perfect one.
I like
Did
this
you
render.
just say that Eldegoss was the weed Pokemon?
It is. Yeah, like it's a weed in your yard.
It does look like a little cannabis flower, doesn't it?
That's not what I'm saying.
Mhm.
It does. Wow.
Tell me I'm wrong then.
Confirmed. Let us know in the comments. All right. The professor looks like the Lumiose gym leader, but older. So it's Clement. Oh, because we have the.
I like
the
how he lets us
ancestors.
know. The Lumiose gym leader. That's Clement.
yeah, it's seriously Clement.
Oh.
They
This
couldn't
is-
just
Like,
put
why
Clement.
not just say the professor looks like Clement?
Yeah.
I love this. The rival looks like a young Sycamore girl. Sick. Amore. All right. When they show the Prism Foundation, it has a man in front of it that looks like Bo,
Soul's out.
that old animated show. Should I even look
Bro,
this up?
Yeah, it's fine. It's not anything bad. I sent you a picture of it in the trust. It's a Japanese manga.
If you didn't know what this is,
It's
this was really funny. To
Oh,
me.
I have
is it
seen
pronounced
this.
manga? I don't know.
Oh my
Sorry,
gosh.
guys.
So Mirror
no,
B.
we definitely know him.
I used to read this in Shonen Jump.
Oh wow.
Oh my gosh, this is crazy. It's just like my
Super
brain.
Japanese.
The Heliolisk mega is actually based on the Sun guy.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. That's pretty cool.
So whoever wrote this was a big fan of Bo.
I guess so.
Bo.
The old anime.
Yeah.
So I like that though. I like that they're like referencing other things that seem random to us, but like to him or her, that's what comes to mind. So that actually gives it a little bit of credibility. Moving on, there was a scene with like 4 people dressed like Halucha, but in different colors. I don't really know how to
Halucha
interpret
getting different forms based on the part of Lumio City you find it in. I'm in.
That's actually, honestly, that's actually really great because it is based on like a wrestler and
Turn
usually,
it into like Oricorio, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Where,
exactly.
Like, I can give it this item and change it. That would actually be
I
really
actually
cool
love
if they
that.
took an old Pokemon
Yeah.
and like did that with it.
because it could also just be like a regional form. It makes sense because it like if it's based on a wrestler, great, it has its color scheme, but it would actually make way more sense if there were a variety of these that reflected the different type of wrestlers. So now you could like have Halucha versus Halucha, and then that's like it kind of depicts. Oh yeah, right here with the shiny. They even did it in the anime, right? It depicts 2 different types of wrestlers. So
Right, like one is the what is it called? The heel.
yeah, or just like they're different teams or whatever, right? That's so cool. Regional
Can we get a
Halucha
Nacho
with
Libre
different forms.
Halucha.
Yeah, right. That'd be sick. All
Like
right.
he's bigger like Jack Black.
Yeah, I love this. His guts sticking out like me.
Instead of flying press, he just gets body press.
Yeah, he just fall over, slips on a banana. Classic. All right. Moving on, the trailer ends with a shot of the tower, and the A from ZA appears before the logo reappears. Oh, okay. I don't like this.
Doesn't sound very believable.
Then they write personal guesses that Bo guy looked evil, but like in the unsubtle way that you expect from a childhood. Yeah, but like in the unsubtle way that you expect from a child's game, most probably the villain. Seems like he is also the head or leader of president of the Prism Foundation. Seems like the game revolves around the Prism Tower, obviously. Your home base is most likely Prism Tower, and there's a shot of the main character in a similar uniform to the Bubble guy. Feels like Zygarde is an ally in this game because the little green one follows you everywhere. All right, 2 things. That's kind of cool if the Zygarde core follows you, kind of like Navi in the Zelda games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of like
I don't get that reference.
it's like the little fairy that is always floating. Like
I can
have
see
you ever
this
seen the
happening,
Link
though.
meme?
No, when you say Navi, I just assume you're mispronouncing Navi from one of the greatest, most underrated franchises of all time.
What?
Zelda?
Avatar.
Oh no,
No.
this little thing.
Not the last Airbender, the
Help!
one with the blue people.
Link. Link. Listen.
Forget
Link!
that. Give me Awa, man.
Listen.
Oh my gosh.
Like I honestly, that would be kind of infuriating, but listen. I could see
Yeah,
it.
this
Look at that's
Lumi,
me and
play
Zygarde.
Play these games.
I know.
Ocarina of Time is one of the best games ever created. Ever.
I don't have the time to play this game. Can we get a Viper Wolf Pokemon, though?
What?
Viper
Wolf?
Wolf?
Viper Wolf? Yeah.
Please show me. What is
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
That sounds fun. Viper Wolf.
Oh my.
Oh.
Avatar.
From Navi.
Oh, from Avatar.
I mean,
yeah, I know,
Watch
I know what you're
Avatar,
talking about.
guys. It's
I've
one of the
seen it.
greatest films of all time.
Oh, dude,
Highest
I've
grossing film
seen
for
it.
a reason.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
Lumi, that is. It's
Bro, when-
listen, you can
when
enjoy it. It's fun.
Avatar-
There's nothing wrong with it, but I don't
When
think it's that
Avatar first came
captivating.
out, when it first came out in 3D,
It was
changed
epic.
my whole life.
Yeah, dude, you walk in with the
Way
glasses,
of
the 3D
Water
glasses.
somehow upped the ante. It was better.
I know, it was crazy. But I'm just saying,
Well, they
I probably
had
saw the
20
first
years of
Avatar like
development.
6 times in the theaters. So
We're so ADHD.
I know. Here we go.
I'm just telling you, I just want to support you
Freaking-
in this endeavor. I was freaking out.
One more thing is like it does make sense that the home base would be in the Prism Tower if the Prism Tower, which is right, that's the Lumiose Tower, it's the center of the map, and maybe it's like the whole story is like right, you start in a town maybe with your mom, in a little house, and the whole thing is that like, oh, isn't it so great we get to grow up so close to the tower where there's tourism, and that's a way for them to introduce you to the world, right? And then you branch out throughout the city.
What do you think about this though? Because this does give me a little pause, just because it's trailer info. Like, because it's the trailer, like we were talking about with the last one, it does seem like this could be a possibility just because.
Right.
Yeah.
He does a good job. I feel like there should be an aspect of this where we talk about how good of a job these people are doing at making this believable. And I will say I like that that they're like taking guesses, right? So it makes me think like, oh, they really just saw a trailer. Because so often you'll have people who go, you know,
it's this, it's
here's
600
a trailer
BST.
info, but then they're saying like, I actually heard that, and they give too much information. But this person's like, it's a new evolution or a form of Eldegoss. I'm not sure which. This guy, I don't remember his name. Kind of looked like Bo, you know?
I like it.
Yeah, it does follow very closely like other ones that have been real. So I don't know. I'm not saying I think it's fake, but it makes me just think just a tiny bit sometimes.
Yeah, this one's I don't know. I think it's worded more like a real leak. So I might be inclined to believe it, but I don't like it as the first one. But we got more.
Yeah, because it's not as fan servicey.
Yeah.
The last line in there is a bit much though, because if you saw like the trailer, you'd be like, can you really get this much from the trailer? Like Zygarde's like Navi that follows you around everywhere. I don't know.
Sure, that's a good point.
Yeah,
they almost like
if they're showing, to play devil's advocate, I don't believe this either, but to play devil's advocate, if they're showing gameplay, you're seeing the trainer walk around, and every single shot, you're seeing the little green guy follow you. So, you know, it'd look like, oh, well. Or maybe he's even like on your shoulder or something.
I do think that that's a possibility. I just made a post on Twitter yesterday about how Zygarde is like the last, it's the Z. So it's like the end, and you get it at the end of the games. Like, you know what I mean? So it would be fun to swap it around and be like, Zygarde's with you from the beginning. And it would make total sense for it to be like this, the little Zygarde cell, like hanging out with you. So you don't actually use it. No, that was from today.
Yeah, and I mean, if you think about it, in a way, in Legends Arceus was with you from the beginning. You know what I mean? He just wasn't like with you, but he sends you back there. You're kind of communicating or learning from him throughout the story. Like, you know, he's giving you the Arc phone, and it's implied that he's the one who saves you every time you drown or, you know, get killed by a wild Pokemon.
It acts as like what do they call it? It's like I don't know what it's called. It's like the narrator.
God?
It's like it's like the narrator. The faceless narrator or something. Like when you try to use your bike indoors, and it's like, Professor Oak always says don't use this.
Is Professor Oak God?
Maybe.
I think
in the Pokemon world, he does just say that randomly.
All right, anyway, and guess what? You thought we were done. We have another 4chan rumor. So let's get into it.
Is this the last one?
No, this is 3 of 8 or 7.
Good. No, that's a joke. We're not doing 8. We're just not doing 8.
We'll see. How do I?
We should see. Look at the ones that say something about a trailer. Let's see. Oh, here you go. Dusty, read the one that I sent you that has the Pikachu with a paintbrush.
All right.
How old is Pikachu with the paintbrush?
It was posted Thursday, so it's 5 days old at the time of recording.
Yeah.
But it's about a present, so I feel like, you know, those ones are better, I feel like.
All right. There's a Pokemon Presents happening on August 7th. This is where the first gameplay trailer for ZA will be shown. Starters are Totodile, Snivy, Litten. Boo! I don't believe this.
Not boo. That's a great lineup.
That makes a lot of sense, though. That's a good lineup.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
You know what?
That's a solid lineup.
I don't know. I feel like it's too similar to... Dude, we're going through these so quickly, actually. Reverse the boo. I take it back. Because actually, when I said that, that's actually maybe what I want, and I think I imagined Piplup, Snivy, Scorbunny, which is what everyone always says. I was like, oh, that's too on the nose, but this is actually what I want. Dude. All right. I don't know much about this trailer, but do not expect the starter reveal to happen there. All right.
Oh, wait.
Wow.
Then how do they know?
That's
then what
a
does he know?
bold prediction, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, but do it. It says, but do expect.
Oh,
the
okay,
starter
but
reveal
do
after that.
okay. Let's
that
see.
makes sense.
During World
I was gonna
Championships,
say,
there will be new trailers for TCG and VG. Announcements for TCG is the return of tag team cards, now named Tag Team EX cards. Kauri and Miraidon Tag Team EX cards will be shown off. The TCG Pocket will reveal its first expansion, which I'm actually excited about.
I'm excited for that too.
For VG, they will announce the video game. They will announce future home compatibility between Scarlet and Violet and Legend ZA. What does that mean?
They're
makes sense.
saying they're
Legend
going
ZA.
to add the Kalos Pokemon that are
Cool.
missing to. So, like for example, Furfrou,
okay.
you can't get that in Kalos. They're going to add it.
But only for the
There's
missing Kalos
Or you
Pokemon
can't
in
get
the
that in Scarlet
Paldea
and Violet.
decks. No new Pokemon will be transferable. Okay.
There's no shot. No shot at this.
Because they want you to be able to get it. The Pokemon are always the incentive to buy the new game. So if they make the new Pokemon in Legend ZA available in Scarlet and Violet, then probably like 25% of people could potentially never buy the new game and get access to the new ZA Pokemon in their existing Scarlet and Violet game.
Well, it said no new Pokemon will be transferable. So, like, it's saying it is just the missing Kalos Pokemon.
What
in
you
the
said,
Paldea deck.
yeah.
So,
but
like,
it's not
Furfrou,
the new ZA. It's not
that
like
makes
Bumblebee.
sense, but it
regional
also
forms.
like, why are they gonna announce it? You know, I don't know. Maybe it's just like a little
because you have to think if what I think all three of us believe is that we're going to get Gen 10 in 2026, then that means that while we're right now in the restricted area of VGC, that means we got 2 years. They got to do something to hold us.
I think it's coming
that.
out
I'm just saying, like,
next year.
before the game is even out, or before this is the year that the game is even coming out, they're going to announce that about that.
Yeah,
happening.
because it's at Worlds, so they want to go ahead and announce something that's competitive related.
That honestly is pretty hype. That would make me excited.
I'm not saying they wouldn't. It just seems, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I don't believe any of these, but just playing devil's advocate.
By the way,
all right, they will also tease Mega Kalos starters. That's kind of hype. But tease, what does that mean? Like maybe a silhouette?
Yeah, or like it shows the Kalos starters, and as the screen's going to black, you hear like the Mega Evolution sound effect.
Listen, all right. There will be Legend ZA demo available for World Championships attendees. Many content creators have been invited to the championships mainly to try out the game.
Yeah, we know.
It doesn't say anything about Hidden Power Podcast being invited. Interesting.
We hear they're going to invite these 3 morons who call.
Listen, all right. The Legend ZA gameplay. What?
I said #expenses paid.
Please, God.
Wait,
please.
did they say there's going to be a demo? Because that's just not going to happen.
Yeah, they said there's going to be a demo. That's the biggest no to this.
Red flag.
Legend ZA returns to the semi-open world formula from Legends Arceus. It doesn't feel limited, though, thanks to the new exploration mechanics. The synchronization mechanic from SV returns in a much greater scale. The synchro mechanic replaces the ride Pokemon, except for Gogoat, and offers new ways to explore. I love that. That actually makes way more sense. That makes so much sense.
Reading Soul's tweets.
Whoever wrote this listens to Hidden Power Podcast. That's all I have to say.
Okay, that's so cool though. To basically just like the Pokemon, like ride Pokemon are essentially like you get sentience. Like ride Pokemon are already the whatever you call it, the synchro machine. It's already that. It's already like you are controlling the Pokemon. That's sick.
Yeah.
It really is. Like from our perspective as a player, that it's the same thing. You just see the person on your back.
I just think this instantly dies with the demo. This dies with the demo.
During the demo,
game is not ready. To be played.
It's just just a bunch of like wireframes.
Yeah, exactly. There's no
Everyone's like, "Whoa, it's gonna be the future," and it's like, no, the game's not done yet. During the demo, players may explore the city's skylines as Talonflame in a similar fashion to PLA's Braviary and SV's Koraidon Miraidon flying mode. I do think that makes way more sense.
I do not want the glide descent.
But it would make sense.
The glide descent should not return.
If Talonflame is the ride Pokemon, because that's what they show us in the trailer, it's in the very first like clip of X and Y.
I just like heard the music, like the Legend ZA music. No, the Legend ZA music, and like the little fletchling that goes and turns into Talonflame. Like it just replayed in my mind. Yeah.
All right.
And I got the good feels
I just got chills.
it.
Dude, I'm nostalgic for that. Skydiving with Talonflame is especially fun. This guy writes like me. Isn't it especially? Dive into the depths.
No, especially is actually used some places.
Okay. Dive into the depths of Lumio City's canal with Lantern. That's kind of cool. I like that. I wish Lantern gets an Lantern could get an Evo.
Lantern love, let's go.
Using the Pokemon's ability to light up the darkest corners of the city's underdepths. That is pretty sweet. I like that. Take a walk. That makes sense because then it's like, oh, actually, I love that because a canal would be like, it's dark. Underneath something, right?
Yeah.
It's like
or at least parts of it would be.
It's like a water tunnel, right? Take a walk around Lumiose with Gogoat. Ride Pokemon, not Synchro. I mean, again, I think mechanically it's kind of the same. Track down wild Pokemon and items with Furfrou, similar to PLA's Ursaluna. Again, they're kind of missing the mark. These things should get Evos.
You know, though, like, if anything, I don't believe this. This guy lost me when they said Legends EA demo available at Worlds. But, which they'd announced that by now anyways, because that's a month out. But I kind of respect that he didn't do the obvious thing and go like, oh, the flying Pokemon's Noivern evolution and a Lantern evolution and a Gogoat evolution, you know?
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
Like Oprah, you know, like you get an evolution and you get an evolution.
Which that independent thought actually makes me go, maybe it's real, right? Like that is something that like I would be disappointed in a reveal of. Like if they're like these ride Pokemon don't get evolutions, but at the same time it'd be like, I guess this is what it is. Race through the Lumio City canal with Gyarados way faster than Lantern, but it can't dive. That
would be cool to have like races.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool. Other Pokemon can serve the same purpose as the ones shown in the demo, but not all of them. Mainly, final stage evolutions can be synchronized with to explore. That is cool if there's like if there's options in that, right? So it's like you don't need a Lantern in order to do that function. It's like you can use any Pokemon and the Pokemon that are on your team, which makes it feel way more personal. The Synchro mechanic can be used for more than just exploration, as it is the main mechanic of the game. For example, players can complete a side quest in the demo that requires them to synchronize with a Smeargle and paint a police sketch of a mysterious character and portray a portrait of a man with his Cyclozar.
Heath.
Yeah, Heath.
Is he
interesting?
All right. Well, you know.
It says the agile strong style from PLA does not return. Instead, we get the synchronization. It takes over as the new battle mechanic. During certain trainer battles and boss Pokemon fight, the players will get to control their Pokemon in real time.
That would be
similar
cool.
fashion to Pokemon Tournament. Wow.
This is so like not happening. This is like one of the biggest like red flags ever. The Pokemon Tournament thing is so like just no, it's not happening. But it would be cool to like take control of the Pokemon while you're in a battle.
Yeah, that would be sick. I really do like that idea. Because like
what's really funny though is like, will Agile Strong Style not be in this game? Like people are just assuming it won't be. I don't think it will be either. But it's like we're all assuming that it won't be, and then wouldn't it just be like Game Freak to be like, and Agile Strong Style's back with like a new thing?
None of you liked it, but it's here.
Exactly.
Agile and Strong Style just seemed to. It was a way to almost kind of achieve what they're trying to do with like the real time. Like it's a I don't know what it is, but it alters. It like does something different, but still within the framework of a role playing like turn-based game, like battle. Right? It's still turn-based, but you can do certain things to like maybe like I guess it is time based almost. It's kind of like the raids where it's like you can stack up a lot of attacks because it's based on time, even though it's still like turn based.
Bro, I button mashed through so much of that. I was just like strong style.
Oh really?
Like I don't know what in the world I'm doing. I didn't think about it twice.
Oh, I did.
There was some
you
way
could stack.
someone figured out a way to like unlimitedly
Yeah.
stack them.
Yeah.
It was like you had to do agile a lot. But
Yeah, I did.
And so it'd do little damage, but you could keep doing it. So you could just
Yeah. And then you finish with a strong style.
Sure.
I hope it doesn't come back. I really hope it doesn't come back.
I didn't know people didn't
Me
like
too.
it. It says there's no new forms
most
for
people hate it.
for the legendaries. There's no new forms. Actually, I missed something. The demo barely contains any story elements since it doesn't feature the beginning of the game. But from what I've seen, it continues the time paradox theme from Scarlet and Violet. During the demo, players will be able to explore past Lumios and future Lumios. But how?
That has been a theory of mine, but I don't think it'll
My
happen.
head keeps shaking more and more. It's this.
Ancient Xerneas is fairy ground, can attach its legs to the ground like roots. That's actually kind of cool.
That sounds awesome.
Future Evoltal is dark electric. It has a quadruped stance, gripping to the ground with its wings, cyborg-like. Also,
Are
kind
they
of makes
saying
sense.
that they get paradox forms? Is that what they, like?
Shoot.
Like
It's saying
paradox
an
Xerneas?
ancient form Xerneas and future form Evoltal.
That's sick.
Which
That's
aren't
honestly really
forms,
cool.
but that would be incredible. That would actually be really cool.
See, but it's saying they are new forms, so it might be like a twist on it where like it's like they can mega into it, you know?
Yeah, I'm just thinking like instead of whatever this person is putting out there, the realistic option would be if like they actually got paradoxes of Xerneas and Yveltal, which is like people would hate the future one, whichever one it would be. I
Yeah.
feel like they would do a future Xerneas instead, just to like change it up.
And it has
But-
those colors in its horns, which resemble a lot of the energy, the core energy within a lot of the future paradox Pokemon. I could see that too.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Anyway.
This one's kind of I don't know.
Yes and no.
If you think about it, ancient and future makes sense for these in the sense that like doing ancient for Xerneas and future
Yeah.
for Evoltal, because life is the beginning and death is the end.
I love it.
Yeah.
We have another rumor here. Lumi said that this one actually kind of struck a chord with him in a positive
Okay,
way.
let's hold up now. Let's hold up.
And it's
now.
really short.
I said I liked something it said.
So I'm going to read it, and then you tell me what it is you like about it. It's really short.
In fact, I don't even know that it was.
This was
this one? Yeah, it
posted
was.
on Saturday.
Dusty was not kidding about us having 8 of these things.
There's a lot of these. Around
There's
12
so
new
many.
Mega Evolutions in this game. Charizard gets a Mega Z form and
Yes,
and that's the one you liked?
No.
that's one thing. I
okay.
like a lot of this. This is,
But that's like a
fanfic for me.
basic idea.
Like, honestly, you know what's funny? I swear, hand to God, I did not write this. But I'm reading this now, and I'm going, looks like I wrote this.
Yeah, this is
like,
my
in terms of
handwriting.
like, it's fanfic for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it turning to a serpent. I want serpent Charizard.
Yeah. Charizard
Like,
gets a Mega Z form and looks like a serpent, fire, and ground type, which is
Yes.
cool. Like, honestly, if it loses its wings and looks more like a Charmeleon and it's like blood red, come on. Come on. Lucario gets a Mega Z form, becomes fighting type only. The Ralts
Yes,
line gets
I like
another
Lucario.
split evolution. What?
And
The Ralts
Psychic Guard,
line-
that's pretty cool.
The Ralts line gets another split evolution, not Mega Evolution. Split evolution. It's a Psychic and Dark type. That's so cool. Hoopa gets a Taurian form and becomes fighting and Dark type. What is that? Isn't that what's in Red Bull? Taurian.
Torian
I
is
think
not
it's saying-
real,
I think it's saying that that's like the name of the region will be like Toria.
which is kind of like, oh, it's
Oh.
something we don't know about, something we haven't heard about. Maybe it's real, maybe.
Okay.
You know, like Dynamax was like, what is Dynamax?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I'm just trying to.
I don't think they're changing the name though. I think it's Lumiose City. That's why they said Lumiose City. So
Yeah.
it's not anything, Dusty. It's just made up.
Taurian Mauler is a Magic the Gathering card.
Oh,
Okay.
he's on it now.
Maybe that's where they got the name though.
And becomes fighting a Dark type. Volcanion gets Eruption. I do like the idea of Hoopa getting a new form.
And
though.
becomes Fire Rock.
Yeah.
So they
Why?
take the only fire water Pokemon. They go, let's make
You're a
a Fire
volcano.
Rock.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what
You're-
killed this
you're
whole
Mad
thing
Cargo.
right now.
You know what, though? That's so depressing. I believe it.
I believe it too. You will see Lysander's cousin Laika. She has
Okay.
Very
she has
creative.
3 Lycan
Yeah.
rocks. Lots of elements taken.
It doesn't
no,
say
it doesn't
that.
say that. Lots of elements taken from the game AC.
Animal Crossing.
Okay, yeah, okay. Lots of
I think.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Air conditioning.
That's what I thought. It's the summer right now. Lots of collectibles, city exploration, etc. There's a scene in the game where the professor flies you to Terminus Cave and you will meet the A legendary and is the rival of Zygarde. All I have to reveal at the moment. Listen, if you're going to talk about the A legendary, give it a name. Give it some lore. Act like you actually know about it. Don't just say the A legendary. You're saying the Zygarde legendary. You're saying all these details about all these other Pokemon, right? But you're just going to say the A legendary? You can't make up a name?
A legendary is
the details they know are too random, too specific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they said Tori in
Lysander's
form.
cousin. They know Lysander's cousin Laika, but they don't know the name of the A legendary, which is a fan idea and name.
Yeah.
They know Volcanion gets an eruption form, which would very likely be post-game, but they don't know,
Like, yeah, it's like, how do you know it's a cousin? Like, why can't you just be like, oh, it's a relative of Lysander? Like,
yeah, that's true too.
I'm not buying it. Lumi, if you wrote this, I'm not buying it.
I didn't write this. I would do a much better job.
I think I want to, all right, we're at a little under an hour. You want to just read this?
This one seemed ridiculous upon reading some of it, but
there's a lot of fun new Pokemon in it.
Let's get into it.
All right,
I'm gonna just read it.
I'm gonna read it, and we'll talk about it. All right. After the catastrophic events of Lumiose City, the protagonist joins Quasar.
What were the catastrophic events?
You'll find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. The company entered in charge of rebuilding Lumiose to a new beginning of the urban redevelopment plan to create an advanced city for humans and Pokemon. The CEO of Quasar, Stella, believe humans and Pokemon offer equal value to the world, but limited by our differences, which can only be removed by combining it into one life form. All right, I actually love how they're getting into like the philosophy of the evil team members. That's pretty cool.
It's so much detail though, bro, for like a 4chan leak. It's
for
like,
sure. No. You're right.
I checked out just because it was too much. And
You're
it's
right.
Yeah, like they've got a list of every single Mega and Lumosian form, which by the way we'll get into it when we get there.
They're collision forms.
This is the
that
classic
would not
like
be the name of it.
There's different like types of these rumors, and this is the classic like say way too much and it's not believable because you say
it. Also wouldn't be Lumosian. It would be either Lumiosian or I would just think Lumion, but it's not going to be that. It would be Colosian because the region is not Lumiose. Oh man, that drives me nuts. Keep going.
I like that though.
Yeah.
I want Lumiose forms. That's what I want.
No.
Yeah, because it's only in the city.
Are you gonna Lumi? When are you changing your whole branding? I know you just did, but like
I did.
I know, but like, are you gonna do it in 2025 when we get like actual imagery of like the Kalos region in Lumiose City?
I mean, he's got some time to figure it out.
This cost me hundreds of dollars. It's not. We're not changing nothing. This is it. I'm having to move and tear down all this, so that's phenomenal.
That sucks.
I have to recreate it.
All right, Lumiose City is split into 5 areas which are controlled by different managers at Quasar. Professor Hawthorne gives you the starter choice of Chespin, Fennekin, or Froakie. I don't like these starters.
Chespin, Fennekin, Froakie.
Yeah, pretty. Yeah.
No way.
No way.
No
Mega
way.
Evolution.
They're similar. But anyway.
Mega Evolution Specialist Norville, nerd, asks if you can help take down the 6 Mega Pokemon rampaging in Lumiose. Okay, that's cool.
How are you going to come at people named Norville like that?
I don't know. I've never heard that name, Norville.
I don't think anyone's named
My cousin's name is Norville.
You're kidding.
No, you're lying.
And what's your aunt's name?
Still.
Weevil?
Yeah.
Get out of here. This is kind of... I do like this plot. Once you accept, he gives you a Mega Ring with the Mega Stone of the starter you chose. Greninja Z if you chose Froakie. Yeah, obviously we know how this works. Different Pokemon appear as you progress in the urban redevelopment plan. Some Pokemon will only appear if you complete requested tasks from the NPC. Crafting and catching Pokemon outside battle return with the crafting feature advanced. Able to craft items to help redevelop structures and... Okay, whatever. Cell phone used to receive calls. Okay, whatever. Zygarde cell...
Why did you even put that?
I'm already checking out.
Yeah, that's
Minigame
the problem with it. It's too much.
Includes skidoo races, new paintings. All right, this is what I care about. Mega Primal Reversion exists. Insane. All right, we have
What
chess.
does that even mean?
So these are all the mega.
Like they're saying all the megas, and then they list all the primals.
Yeah.
Which are just two.
So
Okay,
we got chestnut, mega chestnut, mega delphox, mega Greninja Z, which is water poison, and mega Greninja A, which is water dark. Interesting.
That is actually kind of believable.
Yeah.
That's actually believable. If they do two megas, like two forms like that, Greninja's the one to get it. Maybe one of them looks like Ash Greninja, you know,
The
just
thing
because.
is, though, like, I feel like, because, like, a big purpose of doing the two different ones with Charizard and Mewtwo was, like, to make it version exclusive, but this is one game.
You're not wrong.
I think
You're not wrong.
I think, yeah, it is version exclusive. That's a good point. It is version exclusive. But I think it also just like, what I'm confused here is if Mega Greninja Z is in any way associated with Zygarde, which we must assume, why is it getting the poison type? Because that feels like a corruption of what it actually is, right?
Because maybe there's a corrupted Zygarde like in the anime.
Or maybe the dark type
Which is
is
also
corruption.
very likely.
Yeah. So that's...
Isn't Chespin one of the main starters? Why would it get like a mega and the other ones, they don't get anything? You know?
Chespin, Delphox, and Greninja do. It says that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the starters were Chespin, Fennekin, and Froakie. They were saying it was Gen 6 starters.
Which is not... I don't like
Just
that.
the XY starters.
Oh,
Yeah.
I totally misunderstood.
No, I know.
you
We're going
said-
through a lot
It
of
was
these.
funny. I heard you
I
say
made a
something
joke.
like, that's a boring lineup, and I'm thinking, that was the lineup.
I know. I was making a joke about it, and
I
Soul's
totally
like, I agree.
misunderstood that. I was trying to think in my mind like which starters they were, and I was like, what is
They
happening?
don't look good together. They
They
would
don't
never
work
put those
together.
three together.
Actually, yeah, whatever. I like them actually as starters as a group. But anyway,
All right, Mega Talonflame is fire flying, obviously. Mega Slurpuff, Mega Clawitzer, Mega Heliolisk, which gets the electric and fire type. That's cool. Mega Tyrantrum, Mega Aurorus. Okay, this is cool. Mega Aegis/Z is fighting and ghost type. That's cool. And then Mega Aegis/A is Steel Ghost. So what I'm seeing is the A, it's kind of like if a Mega exists and there's one Mega, it's just the Mega, right? And it can be whatever it needs to be. But if they want to make two different designs, Z is a change, A is pure. That's kind of how I'm understanding it, right?
Sure.
So I'm just trying to, if this is real, I'm just trying to create some parameters as we go forward. Then we have Mega Gorgeist and Mega Noivern. Honestly, kind of boring. They're just a bunch. That's just a list of every evolution in, like every Pokemon in Kalos.
I really hope that all the Megas are not just Kalos Pokemon. Like I will be.
Yeah, that'd be a little disappointing. But I could see it.
I
could totally see it as well, and I'd be sad about it. I'd be like, dang man, we could have got new Megas.
I just hope we get some like outside of Kalos, like Gen 7 and up. You know, not just Gen 6 and below, but Gen 7 and up.
Well, let's keep going because we also have the Lumiosian forms.
No, Lumosian. It's even worse. It's even stupider than that. Lumosian.
Lumosian forms. Okay. So, which would be interesting because this is what you're saying. It's like Gen 7, 8, 9 Pokemon getting new forms in the Kalos region.
It's actually not.
Yeah.
I don't see I see one Gen 7, no,
Gen 8.
Gen 7 and one Gen 8 Pokemon.
Yeah. Well, but hold on. So, we do have the Primal Xerneas, which is Fairy Grass, and then Primal Evoltal, which is Dark Flying. I think that's lame because it's like, why give it the grass type just because? They don't need to both have dual typing.
Will it be funny if we like don't get forms for them? It's a given, right? It feels so like it must happen. But what if they don't get forms?
They might not. They really might not. In the focus, yeah.
We didn't think Dialga and Palkia were going to get forms in Legends Arceus. And then it was just like, oh yeah, this is so obvious.
No, we thought they would in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
Yeah, true.
Stop!
True.
All right.
But yeah.
Regional forms, cross-gen evolution forms, and ecologically similar Pokemon. Oh, that's
convergence.
That's a cringe right there. That's the official Pokemon term for for the convergence.
I believe it because that would be the official Pokemon term. They'd be like, here's the ecologically similar Pokemon.
Dude,
Next year,
Ecologically
first
similar.
partner Pokemon.
Yeah. All right. We've got
Here's
regional
the Funny
Tangela.
Buddy copycat Pokemon.
I do like the regional forms. All right. Regional Tangela is grass and rock type, so maybe some moss is going on there. Like the core of it is a rock, and then it's like grassy and mossy on the outside. We've got regional Hoothoot. This is dark and flying. That's kind of obvious. Regional Noctowl, dark and flying. Regional Skitty is normal and fairy. I'm happy for it to get the fairy type. We did a whole deep dive on the fairy type, and it's very clearly associated with the moon. And Skitty and Delcatty evolve with the Moonstone, so I'm happy to see it get a fairy type if possible, if real. We have regional. Oh yeah, this makes sense. Regional Tangrowth, which is going to be grass and rock type. Regional Joltik and Galvantula are going to be ghost and electric.
I like that idea.
I do too.
I like that idea a lot.
Yeah, that's really cool. We have regional Steenie and Serena, which are going to be grass and psychic rather than grass. Actually, were they ever? They were not
No,
fighting
they're
type.
pure grass.
Yeah, they have they're all about kicking, so the fighting type makes sense. But that's interesting. They get the psychic type, and then we have a regional Crab Brawler, which is going to be fire and fighting type. And I'm assuming it just. Oh no, there's some evolutions later on.
There's actually only two, and I think it's funny because one of the evolutions is for the regional Brawler, but then the only straight evolution would be Bebasile, which, given its typing, I assume is a B-Barrel evolution, which is just hilarious that, like, Game Freak, for one, another B-Barrel evolution, so maybe it's happening, guys.
I'm telling you,
also,
there's some through lines.
But, like, the fact that, like Game Freak's sitting there like, do we want to give any, like, true cross-gen evolutions this time? Just B-Barrel, sir. Got it.
Yeah. It's that meme where it's like
it actually feels like what something that they would do.
Right.
Basically, if you the bad idea alert is the same device as the legitimate alert. We've got regional Ice-Q, ice and poison type. I can't imagine what that would look like. And then I don't know.
It's another like pollution message from Game Freak.
Sure.
Yeah. So penguin. It could be oil, like an oil spill or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just want to go back. I really like regional Crab Brawler being fire and fighting type, and then evolving into a Crabhorrent, which is a cool name.
I like the name.
Crabhorrent, like abhorrent and crab. Yeah. That's really nice, and that's again fighting.
Clever.
It's a good typing as well. And then we've got some ecologically similar Pokemon, and this is Electric Steel type, and you can guess, listeners, what this is. Rhycord, Rhypid, and Rygorius. Or Rygorus. And I think it's Rhyperior and Rhyhorn and
It's the Rhydon line, yeah.
Definitely.
But I don't know what they're based on. Do you have any idea?
No.
It says something about a cord, so I'm guessing, it might be like a mechanical bull type thing.
That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool.
But see, I feel like that would look more like a paradox,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. What is this? Jellos and Gelodon.
I have no idea what Pokemon that is. Like,
it's Jellos and Gastrodon.
Oh yeah,
you're right. Yeah.
So in Gelidon, so what is it like? It's made of it's Jello that.
It's probably some kind of Jello because it's fairy, which is typically like a sweet.
That's kind of
typically.
I'm out.
That's stupid, but I kind of like it.
I'm out.
And then I don't know, guys. We do have two more. I don't really. I'm actually losing steam. Let's
not do the Serena one.
Here, let's just have a little. Let's just have a little little regroup.
Powwow.
Here. Little
powwow on our.
Keep happening to me.
How about this? Before we get into the closer, should we thank our supporters and Patreon supporters, and are we set up for that? We also have some new merch.
Let's do it.
We also have some brand new merch.
We do have new merch.
And
we still have our original merch.
Yeah,
we have all kinds of merch.
We do have all the original merch, but yeah, we got this new collection. It's called Hidden Legacy. It's a great designed, created by a supporter and a friend of the show, Noivi. He created these designs. or this specific design in all these different colorways, and it features a bunch of different Pokemon and designs and concepts, references from the show. Close out the summer. To me, the main idea here was like summer nights, like in August, right? Just like breezy, I don't know, coastal summer vibes. Man, this is so cool.
Take it in.
I can smell it, dude. It's like the sun is, the sky is pink, right? It's like 8 p.m. You're like at the beach, and you're like a little sun kissed and like tired from the day, and you're just enjoying life, listening to your favorite podcast on a walk with your loved one. That's kind of the whole vibe and the inspiration for this. So we got a bunch of colors on the website. Links will be in the description. Lumi, do we have a list up?
We do. So we want to shout out our supporters, all of you, but we want to give a special shout out to our mythical tier supporters: Indiana Jenkins, Ryan, Candace Wendy's, Case, Sully the Skeleton, Coronet Highlander, and Pokey Kid. We want to give an extra special shout out to our Arceus tier supporters, Young Smokey and Hayes, and a Gigantamax size shout out to our Game Freak Inc. level supporters, and that is Drogain and Brimtastic. Thank you all so much.
Thank you guys so much for all the support. If you want to support, you can buy merch. You can become a paid supporter of the show via Patreon or YouTube channel members. We've got a ton of perks, including bonus content, hours and hours of bonus content, access to our private Discord, and we're even running a really cool tournament right now. And I put together my final team. You can battle your way across.
Where can we watch the tournament stuff?
I don't think it's gonna be. It's not gonna be
people
televised.
are kind of doing it on their own. So some people are recording their battles. Like I know Charcific Valley is recording his battles. Sampy is recording his battles. I believe.
Are they uploading it?
You're gonna be. Yeah, they're up. Like Sampy's already uploaded like 2, I think. Charcific Valley's already uploaded 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Draconis from the podcast, I believe he has plans to upload them. Don't quote me on that. And I have uploaded them on my battle channel. Shameless plug, Lumiose Tower. I already have 2 episodes up. By the time this is out, I should have more episodes up. I'm hoping to get a 3rd one out today when we're recording.
Can you explain it for people who are unfamiliar with this? What this tournament is going to be?
So we're saying tournament. That's technically wrong. So what it is we've actually got we've got gyms, right? Like there are different people who are gym leaders. Like for example, Jark, our resident 13-year-old in our Discord.
I was gonna say
he's 18. But we bully him about his age.
Yeah,
but
he's a Padawan.
He actually is our flying type gym leader. Sampy's our steel type gym leader. We have more than 8 gyms, so that you can kind of pick and choose based on some of them are double battles, some of them are single battles. You can kind of pick the types you want to battle.
Once you get 8 gym badges,
once you
get
to
8 battle the Elite Four. And guess what? You're looking at the Elite Four member right here.
And me.
And the nice Elite Four member.
Yeah, and then we also have a champion as well. So, the goal is to become champion rank. You can then, if you want to, re-challenge the gyms and Elite Four again. And this time around, if you beat the champion, you would take the champion's place as the champion at the end of the Elite Four.
What happens there? Does the current champion get bumped down to an Elite Four member?
No, they just become champion rank. They can then kind of re-challenge the champion for that spot.
Can the E4 ever get outranked?
No, so the way we did this is we set it up there's going to be seasons, right? So right now, and this is subject to change each season. The whole point of the seasons was so we can kind of take things we didn't like about the past season and change it, because we vote on everything in here too. So it's a democracy, a true democracy. So not even a representative democracy. But so we kind of will vote on decisions and stuff. But like we've said, this season's going to run through December. And then January will be a period where we kind of are building the next season and deciding how we get our Elite Four and stuff there. There are also, if anybody's interested in becoming a gym leader, we do have a few typings left if you wanted to become a gym leader. Specifically, we have the bug, rock, psychic, and fighting typings are
Wow.
still open. So you could become a bug, rock, psychic, or fighting gym leader.
Wow, I'm tempted to become a bug type gym leader. Oh my goodness.
I mean,
you're months ahead.
Soul.
You gotta get on it, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
But then, you can take it on if there's no gym leader slot you want, you can take it on yourself. Again, when we reconvene and we go into a new season, we'll kind of restart, right?
Around,
so if you want, say, the dragon gym leader, but there is a dragon gym leader right now. When that new season rolls around, you can grab that. And
I'm excited to see this evolve over time, right? And again, this is only available to channel members or Patreon supporters. But I am excited to see, like, in the coming seasons, like, how people will shift around. I do think people will step down from the Elite Four. People will step up to the Elite Four, and we're gonna end up with this like super powerful, robust, and difficult. Maybe not.
Well,
difficult,
I'll say this:
but
the plan is to
league.
for the next season decide our Elite Fours via like a tournament. So that'll be something to look forward to as well.
Who's the strongest?
Well, awesome. All right, that was really good. How are we feeling about these leagues? Because obviously, I don't think these are real. But how are we feeling about Legends ZA? When do you guys actually think we're gonna end up with information?
I just want to say that the rumor leak things are like just prompts for us to talk about Legends ZA.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so good to like just speculate about it, and these people online are giving us good ideas.
Well, and that's the
bad
thing
ideas
too, right? Like I've seen some people saying, just use your own ideas. And my thing is, we can't use our own ideas because we've beaten our own ideas to death.
Yeah, this is a good jumping off board for a lot of speculation. And we love
but
speculation.
I do think I do think we'll get it in August. A video on my channel will be up about this by the time this is up. But I literally I kind of predicted when we could, what we could. And I think August, we will at least get a starter reveal, and I think like a smaller release window. They won't give us the exact date. Like they won't say April 17th, but they'll say like spring 2025 or summer 2025. Because right now it's just 2025. It's very broad. That's 12 months.
We could do like a whole episode on what we think about when this is gonna be, but I'm on the opposite side. I'm like really struggling to think that they're gonna give us anything in August.
Really? Ooh.
Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't. I got this feeling that it's like, I don't know. But September
I've
for
never
sure.
wanted you to be wrong more in my life.
Me too. Me too. September for sure, though. I like. There has to be something. There has to be something this year, in terms of news.
Yeah, I'm really losing a lot of faith. I don't think we're getting anything this year. I don't mean
like a game.
No, I know.
We will this year.
No.
Oh, you mean like a new game?
There's no new game this year, and I also am just like, there's a good shot this comes out just next holiday season. That's I'm losing a lot of faith right now. I'm enjoying the summer.
I mean, there's just no way that they announced it on Pokemon Day of 2024 and not give us one more news thing. Yeah. There's no way. They have to start the promo cycle soon, or soon is relative, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
In a couple months at least.
Yeah.
Here.
Good Lord.
Okay, let's
just end it in depression. Just
well, if you want to stay up to date with these leaks, I mean, I post them a lot on Twitter, but you can subscribe to the podcast. We put out weekly videos covering news and all of our speculation. We analyze everything as it comes out, and we've got a lot of really fun ideas for other video topics that are not speculation. So make sure you subscribe if you enjoyed this episode. Yeah, dude. Love you guys. We'll see you soon. Peace.
Bye.
Peace.
Start recording. It's not broken. It's not broken.
Wait. 1
Souls.
second.
Okay, of course. Oh, dude.
All right, Lumi.
I love it, Lumi. We're going into the flippin' Matrix.
Plug in.
Cyberpunk.
Best part is they're not even connected to anything.
Dude, look at I got my headphones too.
It's true, you have like double headphones. We need like the big ones. I think I have some too. Should we all just start with them on?
No.
No.
All right, ready?
Yep.
All right.